got a restraining order for filing a paternity suit on a person, and due to the laws of that state and the sort of a privacy, the laws of the state pretty much, I think most places will allow you to even to say that you filed a paternity suit, but the state doesn't, has something in there that says that basically it has to be kept private. And then as a result of they filed this thing called, one second, it's called under seal. Basically what it does is protects the case from even, I can't even tell you who did the restraint, okay, due to the sealing of this restraining order. So both the paternity and the restraint are kept private, sealed, and dismissed with prejudice means I can never do it again. But I was but I will tell you this hint. The lady I filed, the person I filed the paternity suit against is a lady, so I'll give you that hint. Let's see here. What else? Let's just say the people's name. Let's just call them Scott and Gwen. And Scott had a vasectomy, and then Gwen got pregnant and had a baby. Now these aren't the names. Scott and Gwen are not the names. Just coming up with this random name. And so there's a question mark in my mind. Who gave her the sperm? Or how'd she get the sperm? Through ways of investigating, I could find no information about the donation of sperm. So I took a guess that it was me, kind of like when I took David Copperfield to court over godly powers. I just started assuming things, and then I was never told that godly powers don't exist. So in this case, I was never told who the father is, or that I was not the father. Simply the fact that there cannot be, what's being told basically is that fathership requires sexual one-on-one physical activity in order to occur. By the way, I should say that this was a case of immaculate conception, and this is the only one that I've done to try to find out what's going on. So, in other words, that the sperm, I couldn't find where the sperm came from for this, to father her baby, so I just assumed it was mine. Also, it is never stated in the case, this is literally truth under oath. The people can't lie under oath, so what I'm looking for is the truth. So what I see is I see things, I take it very seriously. What I did not see in there is Chris Roller is not the father. I didn't see that in there. I didn't see Chris Roller cannot be the father. Chris Roller must not be the father. Didn't see those. It just simply said, well, a father can only exist, a natural father can only exist if there's conditions, and that requires sexual activity. Thus, we want to dismiss. Never in there am I told who the father is or that I am not the father. So it's not what's being said in these cases, in my legal cases since January 2007. That's when this case is just about started. I filed in January 2007. It's not about what's being said. It's what's not being said. That's very important. So, one second. Let me look at this. It says here that the petitioners are very concerned that Mr. Roller will take actions to harm their family, including but not limiting to attempting to kidnap the child. So anyways, basically the law and the statutes of the state basically say that, you know, in order to be a father, they call it natural father, you have to have some kind of contact with this lady, and because that's never happened, Chris Roller cannot cannot do this. Says the minor child at issue has never been in the plaintiff's home. By the way of his theory of immaculate conception, plaintiff is admitting that he has never had intercourse with the lady. As this court is aware, there is no provisions in the state statutes that would substantiate paternity based on the plaintiff's immaculate conception theory. Thus, the plaintiff's claim must be dismissed. Never in there am I told who the father is. It would be really simple. I could just go away. But I basically went away because, this long-lost friend of mine, who I guess has been, who I thought was my friend, wishes to do something very repulsive to me. And very, very evil. It's just not the state, the court. I'll say it's Nevada, and the problem is every step of the way, nobody stopped this from occurring. For some reason, say I am the father, and I sent a nastygram to one of the clerks at the courthouse, and I said, what if I am the father, and then you allowed all this to occur? I didn't have the money to fight this, okay? And I didn't even want to fight because my friend has just called me somebody who's going to be dangerous and kidnap the kid, and somebody who's unstable because I'm, quote, crazy by the psychiatrist. Very, very repulsive of what I consider to be a friend. So, one second. It's really rude that it's unbelievable that a father, a prospective father, can't file a paternity suit to see if the kid is his without a restraining order being issued. And nobody along the way said, hey, maybe we shouldn't be doing this. Maybe this is inappropriate. I can just imagine, a woman doesn't want the father to be in the life. He files a paternity suit to find out. She files a restraining order. The judge issues it, and nothing can happen. Defendant is in fear for the lives of her family. Defendant is very concerned about her family's safety. Due to the fact the plaintiff believes he is God, it is unclear to what means the plaintiff will go to ensure the lives of her family. One second. Plaintiff's admission that he has been called crazy by psychiatrists makes both his motives and his actions unpredictable. Thus, the defendant's fear for her family is valid, and she should receive protection from this court, from a paternity, to see who the father of her child is, in which she has not stated in the case. And again, Nevada let this continue. At the time, I had something on my site saying, well, defendant is going to give me all her money as long as I give her a baby occasionally. And that's right, I'm a hoe. So they say that the defendant believes that plaintiff is attempting to extort money from her. That's what that means. I'm trying to get answers, and the answers I got is, it appears to be everybody on the planet is a loser. That's what I'm gathering from my show. And evidently God wants me to know, to no end, to have example after example after example after example, to understand that when I become rich and famous, to have all the examples of why I should be inconsiderate to you, the people of the world.